Hi everybody, it's Doreen and welcome back to day 9 of Christmas cards with the Cricut. This is the card for day 9. So let's get started so I can show you how I made it. Okay everybody, one of the first things that I did was I already went ahead and prepped my card. And what I mean by that is because I use my stickles, the holly berry, the holly color, and my Christmas red, I just took and highlighted some of the berry leaves using my stickles. And I made, rather than putting bling on there, because these cards are going to be for a couple of guys. And I didn't want to put any bling on there except for maybe in one spot right there in the center. So I decided to use the stickles instead just to bring up and pop up the berries. So I already did that. And I'm going to go ahead now and take my Score Buddy. And this card is from the Winter Woodland cartridge. And the one that I cut out is on page 33, and it's this card right here. And I cut this at 5.5 by 8.5, and that's what, when I put in the 5.5, the Gypsy automatically did the length for me. I'm not quite sure if I'm going to keep doing it that way or if I'm going to take that feature off and set my height and width myself. But I thought I'd just try it with this card just to see how it would work out. So it does put the score mark in there for you, but it's so faint that you can hardly see it. So what I normally do is just, I know it's supposed to be 4 1/4. I just go ahead and score till I get the 4 1/4. And I actually scored a little bit off, but that's okay. And then I'm just going to go ahead and fold it down. And this cardstock came from a paper collection. Let me see, let me get that. Okay, it's from a paper collection by ATD. And I got this at Tuesday morning. It's a Christmas pack. It's got several Christmas papers in there and several solid papers. So now that I've made my score, the next thing that I'm going to do is I wanted to put like a little edge around here, and I didn't want to go ahead and use my distress ink. So I had some of these chenille sticks, and I thought, okay, I'm going to use these. So I decided to take the chenille sticks and just start twisting them together like so. And I kind of wrapped them around themselves, and then I just started twisting until I got the look that I wanted. Once I had that done, it ended up being like this, and I actually twisted another 2 together so I could get the length that I wanted to go all the way around the card. And then what I did was I started here in the corner. I opened up my card and I started in the corner, and I took my glue gun and just put a little glue along the edge. And actually I think I'm going to close this up because I don't want to get any glue on the other side. So you just put a light amount on the corner. And you should make sure your glue gun is really hot when you do this, because you don't want it to be cold. And then I just kind of laid it down and laid it in there. And you are going to get some glue coming off and oozing out. That's why you try to put a very thin layer of glue when you do this, so that it doesn't come oozing out. And then when I get to the end, I just kind of maneuver it and square it off and then add some more glue. Just a thin layer. And then I lay it down and make sure I got it in there. And you're going to get the glue hairs. And I found that this was the only way I could make this actually stick down, because trying to do this with just some your ATG gun or regular glue, it got to be very messy. And this is kind of messy too, but it's not as bad as it was when I was using the white glue. And what I did at the end was I went back and got all the little hairs from the glue drying up. So then now I'm at the corner, so I'm going to go ahead and bend my chenille stick and then go up the next side. And take my glue gun again and go along the edge here. Just a small, faint line, because you don't need that much. And then just lay it down and position it. And then you just make sure you got your corner and it's glued down. And then you'll work the other side. Square it off. And make sure it meets. And then take your glue gun again and then just glue. Make your small thin line of glue along the edge, like so. And then go ahead and adhere that down. So I've made it all the way around. And like I said, once it's dry, I'll go back and remove the glue hairs. I guess that's what I call them. Like so. So now, I'm going to move this one up so you can see. There you have it. It's all glued down. And then I take my Tim Holtz scissors. These are the best scissors to cut through anything. And I cut it off. Okay. And then what I do, because of the glue, it's kind of bent the paper a little bit. So I just go in and go ahead and bend it out. So then you end up with this. So now my next step is I want to cover or put something inside here to cover on the other side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and lay this down, and I have another sheet, and this piece of paper I cut to be, let me measure it real quick. It is about 4 1/4 by 3 1/2. So, and I ran this through my Cuttlebug using the Swiss Dots folder again. And I'm not going to ink the edges because you're not going to see them. I probably could ink this side, but I'm not going to. And I'm going to line this up. Make sure it's where I want it, which it is. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use the glue gun for this as well, because I'm just going to put it faintly along the edge. I probably could use the ATG gun as well, but I'm just going to go ahead and use my glue gun real quick and get this. Because you have to remember, you don't want to get any glue where the openings are, because then that won't work. And then I'm going to lay it down like so, and then just press it in. And see, so now it's laid down, and I don't have to worry about getting that any of the tape, if I had used the ATG gun, which I still probably could have used, would be all over and stuck down there in the middle. And I do have something that will get rid of the tape as well. And it's a tool that looks like this. I don't remember what the name of this is, but I heard about this from Pam, Pocono Pam. She was using it on one of her videos, and I went out and purchased it, and it is great for getting rid of glue where you don't want it or tape where you don't want it. It just kind of, you rub it across and it removes it. And if I remember what the name of the tool is, I will put it down in the bottom in the sidebar. So now that is the front and the inside. Now for my greeting for the inside of the card, I took my Sizzix die, and this is the 4 label, the Nestabilities label 4. And I went ahead and made 1 layer and then the second layer. And I did ink the edges on this using my Tim Holtz Distress Ink, the Peel Paint. And I stamped out on the top layer from the Warm Wishes stamp set by Inkadinkadoo the words Merry Christmas. And I'm just going to go ahead and tape that down. And I'm going to tape this and not use the glue gun. I'm going to use my trusty handy ATG gun for that part. Just go ahead and put my tape down. Make sure I get enough tape down there to make it stick. And then I'm going to go ahead and line this up. And I'm going to place it right there. And see, I did get some tape on the outside. So like I said, I'm just going to take my tool and rub that away. And it comes right up and right off. So there you have it. This is day 9 of Christmas cards with the Cricut. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye. Okay, everybody. Sorry. I just had to add just a little bling. So what I did, or what I'm going to do, is just take my glue gun again and just put a little bling right in the center. There. I know the cards are for a guy, but I don't think they'll mind. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye.